captured.
Alright, and Death, your main calling. Call our pushes, I'll call ad for you.
Thanks, Doc.
Right, let's
Cock
go.
jump, call medic.
On everybody.
Live.
The point is now available for capture.
Playing this first mid left.
Yep.
Let's get him.
I should have discussed the rollout a bit more.
Oh great, I see the flying kite.
Right side.
I'm gonna take space on point right now.
Our demo left.
Here's
One soldier far right. Both soldiers right.
Right.
Right. One took 70.
The center control point is being contested.
Demo took 80. Too aggressive 1.1.
Taking our demo.
50. There's still traps there, yeah.
One soldier far right, he's gonna jump. Jumping now.
Down.
I'm coming
Dead.
main over to you.
The center control point.
Medic's gonna have 40 after.
Soldier on point took 90. Dead. Scout left side, we can.
You guys have numbers here. Commit to this, commit to this. Focus scout on point. The medic's gonna have 50 ad here.
Shit, let's
He's
go.
out by himself.
I'm gonna go grab you
On our
back.
spawn.
Yeah, I'm running over to you. I'll meet you main.
Walking Hills main. They have 50 ad here, I'm 10. Let's try to milk, get a clean kite out here.
I'll take some aggressive space over on the left.
We'll play the high ground for the force stormer. Call where you see their beam coming in from.
Right side, you're going up. Combo right.
Med drop going left. Nice, nice, nice. Stand. Watch for the foreman. Watch for the foreman. 30 here.
Rotate left.
Soldier right side.
I'm
60.
gonna walk left. Right quick.
There's bait point here. We can take this fine. I'm 60 here. This is 70 at scout behind. On me. 80 health.
So
Rotating back
60
to
at top.
Soldier top.
There's a packet here.
I'm hurt. Can I get,
Throwing scout.
nice, thank you.
Slow.
Counter med.
His right half.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm pushing
Or-
left.
right.
I'm 80 here. Rotate forward.
There was a
90 here. This is 70 ad. I can't vote. 95 here. Rotating towards the point.
Scout demo. They're
I have this is 60 ad here. Let's go forward. You see their beam?
Playing under together.
Right.
Come on, right side.
Using scout. Come in this.
Let down.
Focus the demo on tunnel.
soldier on roof.
Hurt,
Above
I
you
see
guys.
him. I think he'll
Some
took
died.
60.
That might be bats.
Took 80, he's jumping, he's 100. Sorry, I'm gonna cut him off.
Thanks, Doc.
Let's just build here and try to push this off ad. We don't need to chase any kills here. We have the cart. Can you build here?
You know where the soldier went?
I have
He's
pretty
good.
much
Soldier
yeah.
going right.
Okay,
Soldier's behind you right, guys.
They have a heavy on right.
No.
50 here. Good picks. I'm 60 here. Can we try to get space? Airing our demo.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke
This
right
is 30 ad here. I want to
I'm
take this
pushing
right
forward
slow.
here.
There's a
Scout
heavy
for
close
snipers.
above on
Definitely
right.
heavy
You have an
right.
NG by spawn.
I'm 70 here. 70
Gets
here.
the
We have a
second
cart.
here. He moved it.
I died to
Scout
the
close
scout.
up. On cart.
50
I'm
health.
80.
It's,
This is 30 ad here. I'm 85. We should get ready to take this. Demo, slow down. We're
let's
gonna get
go
started.
right there. Let's go top right. There are whole.
Rotating heels right on our demo.
Feel good.
Wait for us to go in
Set up
first.
left
On our demo. 95, 95. Using as soon as I get. On our demo. Using. Scout come in this. Oh, we're launched my trap.
I'm gonna put the right side.
down.
One soldier coming out their right side.
Spamming down.
Both soldiers right.
He took 200. He's 120.
He's got me.
This push isn't gonna work. Cancel. We can't kill the gun.
Medic 108. I walked directly
Okay,
in.
they have 60 ad here. Let's try to set up a 4-man. Next spawn wave.
Yeah, we can do
40 here, they should have.
that. Yeah, they've got sentry covering that left side. And it's looking right.
It's very close.
Yeah. You guys decide where you want to come in from. I'm 60, getting ready to back out with our scout.
I wanna play left side.
Top right.
One soldier
No
far
one's,
right.
no one's watching
I
that.
think that's further left.
Yeah, I'm left side ready to push in. You wanna make the call?
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Scouts getting ready to back out. Soldier right.
I got scout left.
Look at 295, 255.
Players are hurt on right.
Med's top right
Go,
here.
go in 3,
Heavy
2,
right.
1 second. Tails just back out. Filter me.
Sentry left,
Try to
sentry
force
left.
medic.
Remove the gun.
Sentry took 130. Sentry sucked.
I killed the engineer. Sentry's 100 health.
I don't think we can
Yeah,
work out
they
those
also
bombs.
me right.
Yeah.
I couldn't get
They're
mad.
getting some honors.
The
soon.
fire combo
Fine,
is
it's
top
hard to
left side.
sack into an engineer.
I can spawn up
What's your
spot.
plan? Do you want to play an off class?
Give me a
Yeah.
buff.
You know what? Let me go. I'll try sniper on the last so I can spook them. With the way that they're
We
playing,
don't really have the time to work with it, sure. We want to go left and try to take this space? You can
do
snipe or do
left.
you want to snipe main?
I'm gonna snipe
Rotating
on
heels
the
Probably
left.
snap right side.
Players are walking into me right.
Oh, you can snipe on bats.
Kills are inside lobby left.
Grab.
Dead.
I'm gonna peek back right quick.
Demo's trapped off here.
Soldier and Sputter in right tunnel.
Down.
This helps
Try
you
to take
out.
the gun slow. Spam out the gun.
Please. Just walk at him.
Tanking our demo left.
I'm dying to
Not
heavy
having
to
sniper.
200.
All right, I feel good.
Robert, you need to try to spam the gun if engineer's dead here.
I'm really
You want to take the exchange on our demo? On our demo?
Demo's
They're gonna
dead,
try to
their
take
demo's
exchange
dead.
to us.
Nice.
I'm on our demo, 21.
That's us on right.
Using.
Use.
Scouts out of it, scouts out of it.
They swapped with Benji.
Are we committing into this?
He spawned.
No, we still have a sniper, we can't take it. Back out.
I missed all my shots. Yeah, backing.
That's all 31.
That's my bad. If we're taking exchange, I only want one player in on it. The soldier's main.
Hit 100 times.
I'm gonna work my way right side if I can get full buff.
Someone needs to play with our sniper right. I think they still have a heavy.
Yep.
Yeah, they still do.
Heavy.
Demo's left side.
Let's help our sniper right side.
Careful sniper, you're by
I'm
yourself.
coming right.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna play it very safe right now.
So we're here.
70 here, it should be even.
He's hiding in that corner. That's as good a time as any to swap off.
80 here.
It's got juggled.
Down.
Heavy sword.
We got 2 picks. Let's try to make something happen. I'm 85 here, it's even. 50.
Yeah, focus the
Demo's
gun.
close here.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Demo's rolled.
I'm dead. 20 health. Max by himself. He doesn't have yet.
Where?
Commit into this fight. Just engineer scout. Push the cart. They have a sentry on right.
Yeah, right behind the tree.
The cart is turning me.
Get into your main. Place up. I'm with you.
No, there's scout and soldier there. Yeah, sorry. They went their main.
Oh, so close.
30 seconds.
I tried to run over to you.
It's fine.
There
That's
will
If
be
I didn't
overtime
take
on
my
it.
shots on the med, yeah, it would have been an easy drop. Wait for med to spawn.
Yeah, I'm up in 1.
I'm
Let's
with you.
go, we're gonna go left side.
Yep, I'm walking in med.
Build a bus through. I doubt they have
Dying
a
the soldier on
yeah.
right. They have heals all on right side right now.
Ends in 10 seconds.
We're not gonna get into this side. Trying to get into your left, shoving left.
Guns up.
Gun is top right.
Guns down.
Soldier behind on me.
Touch a card.
Heavy took 90, heavy down.
Coming out the left door.
Focus Benji. Back at spawn, he's out. Demo's full.
107. Alright, well.
Close enough.
And that sucks.
I think we should take an exchange and go heavy off glass, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll
That last, I think it'd work well. Anyway. Playing left again.
Control point enabled.
Right house right now. There's a scout there.
I hear demo right.
Soldier left side, I'm gonna die.
Can you stop left? Too many splash passes on the right here. Our vision's really poor here left.
There's soldier fights
60.
here every time I can't take that.
We're 100 there.
Center control point has been
So they're on top.
Soldier bombing.
Dead.
Grabbing the pack here.
Coming main, crit heals.
Oh,
Soldier on the
throwing
right.
our soldier.
Crit heals behind you. Never mind.
Sorry.
Help me push it over here.
Rotating kills
I'm
me.
rotating lower. Oh, no,
Pushing
they
right side. Nice.
I'm taking our scout. Airing.
Rotating over to you.
Med took 70.
Med took
Those
another
are main
7.
here.
Hurt. I'm on
90 here.
Drop.
Watch foreman here.
Almost weakest.
I have.
Soldier on the left,
Glad here.
behind us.
Let's play it safe.
Soldier behind
main.
us.
Work out my ass.
Soldier behind now. Soldier on the left house. Left house.
Left house hurt.
Demo
He's at
coming
the-
right. Demo committing right. He's in the right house right now. Scout sticky's on point.
Scout dead.
This is 80 at here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick his keep Demo dead.
Soldier right.
Hurt.
Right a rocket. I'm weak. Airing scout.
No way.
I have. This is still 70 at here.
Playing in left. She did.
Well,
I'm on our demo. Soldier here. Is there beam close? Do you want to take this lower?
point.
No, we shouldn't take it lower. Fight the soldier here.
This is still 60 at here.
Soldier 100.
In house
Yeah.
somewhere.
Airing.
Back more door.
Nice.
Airing our soldier. Airing soldier.
Alright, come with me here, Silo.
Airing demo.
Yeah, I'm with
You think here on our demo? Our medic's far right. He's
He's gonna
80%.
die.
I'm committing out. I can't follow in.
I was rolled. Dead.
Keep the keep presence on point.
Yeah, I'll take 107 inside of that house. He's 30.
Airing demo. Which house, Trobert? Soldier far right. Soldier bombing point now. No.
Getting past.
Crit heals.
Oh my god. Below me.
Right side. I hear NG already.
Demo far right.
Demo's cut out. Took 850.
He got arrowed.
Airing demo.
From right side pass. Let a scout cap.
We have like 20 out to work off here.
Scout's here.
Alright, I'm gonna peek left side.
I took 70.
Go down.
Malone on cart here.
Come right side.
Ah, I found
Let a
six.
scout cap.
I'm only 6.
These are around the corner in tunnel.
Demo's got main long.
Not building very well. I'm 70.
CL, right side.
Yeah, I'm rotating. Alright.
Can you build me a bit here? I'm 80. It's plus 20 ad, but we're not building very well.
Come top right, come top right.
I'm 85 here. Rotating heals right.
They have an NG on far left behind the fence.
I'm 90 here. 95.
Alright. Tail
On our
stick with
demo?
the run.
You ready to use it?
Yep. Using. Come in, scout.
He is.
Max. Yeah. Getting ready to leave your main. Leaving your main. Archer's word.
Nice.
He's down, I'm in.
I'm eating it. I'm eating it, dude. Good arrow.
I'm down.
Behind them.
Let's try to take this fight. Take it slow. In main now.
I'm just
Only two up, only two up.
Hold the bomb. Staying on
Coming
card
main
here.
right now. With your med. Nice air, nice air. Stay on cart, I'm locking their spawn.
Oh, I'm dead.
Soldier down.
I'm airing soldier.
Okay,
Good work.
Hey.
I'm actually stuck in the ground. Doesn't matter now.
Oh, it
Yeah,
happened
that's
again
a.
too.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Did you get hit by the
Everyone,
cart?
we don't have like an over a button.
Point is now available for capture.
Like everything in this game.
My heals left again. You splash pads are rotating really far right.
Yeah.
I want to take right.
They're on left side because
Rolling.
there's
Okay.
no point of fight.
Actually, I'm playing right with our splash passes. Left side
Second
play
right here.
faster. Trying to tank our demo in, right?
We're took 120 here. Get aggressive.
Comes like 60
No.
on point.
I can't bomb this. I need to find a
Come
bomb.
with.
Not down.
Soldier jump for space. Tank our demo right. We have high ground on the right side.
Med right, 120.
So behind you?
Soldier on our med.
Nice.
Aaron scout.
Scout under.
Aaron soldier. I'm just
Scout
gonna
got me.
take our scout here.
Scouts out main 30.
Yeah, just
They
wait.
wiped.
Just take point. Good work. I'm rotating back.
Soldier's coming down.
Bro, what part of rotate back don't you understand? Madman.
I'm in. Fighting.
We shouldn't stack here. Demo go for it. Yeah.
Let us scout.
Soldier bombing. No. There's a farm.
Just two people top right.
I took 120 in on me. Soldier bomb
Behind you
down.
guys.
This is 80 ad here. Do you want to
Behind you guys.
I'm playing it. I'm playing it.
on scout
Med
close?
70.
Your combo's underneath the
Med
head.
130.
I'm with you. Scout top left.
Sniper.
They're gonna have 60 ad here. Their medic's coming in.
Fighting it.
He's only 60%.
All focuses.
Demo's close, main. Airing scout.
Just taking
Oh, I
time.
missed.
They're forcing me. I'm out.
They have 70 ad here.
Right on
I'm
point.
running
Just
left
got
side. I'm
him.
gonna get
They
behind.
should have in 10 seconds. Airing a soldier.
I'm on med right
Oh
now.
my god, Trobert. I hate you so much.
Two soldiers right side.
Right.
90.
Sorry, both focus are right there.
One down.
Airing demo.
I'm playing more.
Push.
Wow.
Scouts. Soldiers out of ammo. Ammo hit 50.
You're down 3.
Yeah.
Just hold top left. Hold
We're
top
not
left.
committing
Safe
into
on
this.
each
Holding
main.
top left. I'm 60
left
here.
third.
They should have.
They do have. I'm gonna meet you top left med. Crit heals.
I'm 70 here. Their demo's main.
Yeah, the demo dead. I'm gonna rotate right.
Aiming into
Scout put on here.
Combos directly.
90 here. I can't follow you.
Someone.
I'm
I
100.
can't follow you, demo. 95 here.
Med 2.
I have. It's even on our demo.
137 on far right.
Not on scout.
Control point has been captured.
We can get those.
Our demo.
Most catchable.
I'm using here. The max
right
rotating
there.
other point they use here.
This is better. I'm going under.
Yeah, this is way better here.
I don't know what facts are.
Med, I'm with you right
The
now.
soldier's 4 health.
Scout under. Scout under.
Control point has been captured.
He's out.
Try to take space here.
Demo piped me.
Kind of
Arrow
soft
left.
point if they're on it.
Airing. Demo, you're by yourself.
Yeah, take space.
Soldier
on
right, soldier right.
Let's go. I'm nice arrows, nice arrows. You saved my life. Let's grab you pack right quick on left side.
I just can't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We need
Scout under point, scout under point.
Oh,
Airing.
yeah. I'm taking place at some point. They have the right into this.
Soldiers.
Back here. Soldier bombing.
Hey.
Work everybody. I took way too much splash.
There's so much to do as a spam class or like a projectile class in all of these orders. Like every single place I can just fucking shoot walls and do so much damage.
Save your feedback for when we're in a call, I think. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Bagel, because I feel like the closer you are to the point, the less vision you have.
It's fun. Is this exactly the same as like a balance?
Not exactly the same, but
No.
close.
Based off it.
The
Kind
original
of,
build was
loosely.
effectively the exact same and it didn't work out well. fell off the map.
Oh, do I have to join back manually? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, move it to Q. There we go.
How do we want to organize feedback?
Let's just start top down. So I guess we'll start with Ali.
On mids, I feel like there isn't really.
Can I record this?
I'm recording mine as well.
Does anyone not consent to being recorded? Silence is approval, as they teach you in classes. Wait,
Absolutely.
Wait a minute.
Wait, silence is
moved on.
approval? Wait.
don't think about it too much. Allie, go ahead.
Alright, on mid, I feel like there isn't really a good place for soldiers to spam. Like, if the other team set as soldiers in one of the houses, like one of the left or right houses, then they can always rotate their combo into one of them and try to take the house, and possibly even wrap behind. Like, so usually soldiers aren't really safe inside the houses unless, like, their team doesn't, like, have any aggression toward one of them. One of the
You're
houses.
saying it's really hard to get a soldier out of the houses?
No. It's,
You're saying
it's hard,
really
hard
easy.
for them to hold it.
Yeah.
I should say.
I don't think it's a bad thing. It encourages teams to not just fight on the low ground here or gonna cross point. It encourages team to like take the houses and rotate around.
Let's try to go one by one, I think, just to get impressions first. But Allie, are you saying that for both houses or just one side?
Both.
Okay.
Not necessarily a bad thing, as I think I said.
Anything else of note strike you?
Not really. I'll get back to you later. Or after, like, we did the rounds.
Is the game mode confusing, or was it pretty straightforward?
Very straightforward.
I think it's pretty straightforward. The only thing I think you might get confusion over is the number of rounds because of the way the scoring point system works.
Okay.
But do you want to keep going, Cecil?
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts or comments?
Now, none that Zeus hasn't already heard in the past few times I've played this map. I guess
Alright.
it's like just a positive thing really quickly. At least pushing into last, I do like the way that there are multiple ways in which you can wrap around. You can go left side and try and sneak behind. You can go on that right side and there's a spot that leads directly into their spawn area, so you can wrap behind. And definitely that fence there with engineers definitely that's a good improvement compared to previous iterations of the map. Felt like engineer was really, really strong, as if you use the Uber you have to focus that.
Okay, that's good.
And again,
Huh?
that's I know that that's the whole design philosophy that you had going through all these different builds of the map. So I think at least right now for engineer, this is definitely like the healthiest build of the map.
Alright, Death to Cats, do you have any thoughts?
I wish I got more opportunities to push last because it felt kind of awkward to me, but I'm not sure if that's because of inexperience. I like the midpoint is very rotate heavy. If you go into any of the houses, you kind of just win the game. I'm not sure how this game plays on Scout, or this mid plays on Scout. It seems very spam class heavy, so I'm not sure Scout would have a good time, but it would. I never played it, so I don't know.
Alright. Is that all your sort of thoughts?
Yeah.
Alright. As a medic, the mid reminds me a lot of Bagel. I think I said this, I wasn't sure if you're listening to this, but the closer you are to the point, the less vision you have. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of like a comment to note. I also agree a lot with what Death said, where once we rotate through one of the houses, it's very awkward, kind of decisive high ground. I feel like there's a little bit of awkward lack of vision. I also think the cart, this is just Six's brain, but the cart is like largely ignored by both teams until it actually is like, oh wait, we have to push that thing. I might steal the mechanic from whoever that guy who made the payload map for Sixes is, where the cart moves until it's tapped by a red player. I don't know if that would play well, but maybe just an interesting suggestion. But I think that's it, yeah. No way, do you have any thoughts or comments?
I don't know, just watching it, it just looked like 5 CP with extra steps, and I was like wondering, I was super curious why you would choose to make a game mode like this, or whoever made the map, because, I don't know, it just seems like it was there, people were rotating like, oh, I'm the cart bitch now, no, yeah, it's
Well,
your...
that's kind of thing in 5. Well, I guess staying on the point is a thing in 5 CP, but definitely from like the capture perspective, I was basically even full wiping didn't mean like we retreat to our last. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but that's kind of just my thought.
the thing that interests me the most is like how it could change pushing from last, because on like 5 CP, it's really hard to push out, especially if you've got off-classing, but since you have a payload, it's less of a point, but it's more like a continuum.
Yeah,
So,
I guess just as a sort of note, I think 5 minutes is a little bit long for a shot clock. I know we beefed our last push like 3 times, but especially because if you wipe on mid and another team has ad, that should be like the push they get. Because right now, one of the players who was on the defending team can kind of speak, but I bet there was kind of like a thought like, well, there's no reason for us to actually push out. Big, do you have any thoughts?
I literally know nothing. I just know that I.
Well, what areas
didn't
kind of
know
like felt awkward or nasty or choke you didn't like?
Me?
Or like, is there any area you felt particularly uncomfortable because you were on medic, right?
Well, I was playing medic and I felt really uncomfortable over here. Like holding this left side on last, I felt like I was just getting sandwiched by bombing soldiers or spammed out by the demo. Just didn't really know where to stand.
Kind of like behind the tree, or like, oh, actually,
No, I was sitting right here.
Corner.
Yeah. I was
Okay,
trying to sit here, but then it felt like I would get spammed from that side. So just anywhere in this corner, I'd just get sandwiched from that like, bats angle, and then this left side.
There's not a very obvious place for your combo to stand.
Well, I've never played before, so.
that point reminds me of Vigil third a lot, I feel like.
Alright, I think that's good feedback. Let's keep trying to move on. Skeptical, do you have any sort of thoughts?
I mean, not really. I think I played fine. I think.
Okay. Tails, do you have any thoughts? Any of the
Yeah,
areas?
about the mid, I agree with what I said earlier, that it looks a bit like Bagel, and that except the visibility is actually even, well, it's kind of worse than Bagel in other regard.
Yeah, you can't see into the sides very well.
Yeah, maybe something that could be done, like, you know, the ramp that goes to mid, could be maybe lowered, like basically make mid the same dimension except like squished vertically, so it's like less height difference between the control point and the part where the players stand on. I'm not sure it's very clear.
I had it lower before and then I raised it up.
Oh, it was lower before, okay.
I don't remember why I raised it up, but that's about right.
Alright. Anything else, Tails?
I think you saw the part where I got stuck on last, right? Because
yeah,
that's
the
a bug
comp.
I know about.
Yeah, I don't really have another thing to add, so yeah.
Yeah. Tristan, you there? You have any thoughts?
Yeah, so the main complaint for me was that there's too many small doors on the map, which I think disrupts the flow a lot, but I think they're necessary, which brings me to my other point, that this game mode, like as soon as you lose control of the point, like I think like either the round time should be like shorter, because there's no, like when you're holding last on 5 CP, you still have that like, you still have some like it's still somewhat viable, well, not viable, but like you still have a chance to like make a play even if you're holding last. You know, it's kind of like the risk you take. But when you're holding like payload last, you know, just like kind of sit there. So at least for me, I don't know, it felt really boring how when we lost the point, we just like, okay, I guess we gotta stand still for 5 minutes, and like stand still is not like literally, but you know, you need to like hold fast, which is probably one of the most unfun parts of sixes in general.
Oh, just holding last, yeah? Well, Tristan, let me ask you, this is just kind of like a side question. Do you think it'd be better if there was a smaller shot clock, or there was kind of an incentive to push out?
I think if there was an incentive to push out, that would be better. So like, I don't know, what I'm thinking of right now is that maybe you could like you could have a chance to recap the point. Like
The problem is there's forward spawns, but yeah.
Oh, there's forward spawns. Well, I guess we never really capped the point, so we didn't really get to see that part.
Yeah, noob.
But I think this map's small enough so that, I don't know, like, is forward spawns really necessary on this map? Like, it just feels like small and compact with all the jokes and
yeah, we played many iterations without the forward spawns, and pushing last was almost impossible.
Yeah, it effectively necessitated an offensive engineer just because of teleporter.
I'm torn because I agree it's not very big, but I had a lot of, like, it's kind of 50-50 feedback on whether or not forward spawn should be there, so I add them in this version.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
And also, I don't really like how you can go like, you can flank all the way to spawn, because, like, I don't know, it's just, it felt a lot of times that our team didn't have vision, which, you know, you should get punished for that, but I have a feeling like if somebody just got all the way from either one of the flanks and just got all the way to, I guess the right flank is the only one that can go directly to spawn. But I don't know, I don't think you should have flank routes that lead directly to the spawn door, like this map has.
Could I trust
But
him?
yeah, I think this is like this is an interesting concept for sure. So I don't know, like maybe my opinion about the game mode itself will change when I play it more. But those are the impressions I have.
Alright. Trobert, do you have any thoughts? How did you feel as a soldier?
So as a soldier, it's incredibly strong playing in any of these corners. Especially in the houses, like you have all the spangles in the world. You can legitimately take any fight and feel confident about it because you'll be able to do any kind of splash damage at all. I don't know a good way to facilitate that, or like try and make it a little less strong suited towards spam classes. Besides, like maybe raising the ceilings a little bit, or I don't know, extending this area. Because this area here, I would catch a scout out like 90% of the time and win the fight no matter what. I'm not like 90% sure of every single fight I'm ever taking, but it just feels very strong. Like playing into these houses as well, like taking this angle here, like fighting a soldier or a demo that's trying to roll out through here, or even like playing into here, like near their spawn especially. Like these ceilings are just so low that it's very difficult for them to just walk out when I'm like even standing right here, or like standing back towards here, the slight angle. I don't know how to like, you know, fix that. It's not a thing that's like exactly super fixable without having to edit a bunch on the map, but it's just my thought.
Yeah.
Playing soldiers really like easy on this, to be honest. I like that. I'm just saying that it's going to be less fun for other classes that are able to do more work like
It's true that people who play certain classes tend to design maps around their favorite class, so it makes sense.
Nestman, you have any thoughts?
It definitely felt like on last, the sort of right flank was the strongest for like scout. At least it was the most comfortable for me because I could quickly pop in and out when I wanted to. I could also dodge around the crates and stuff pretty easily.
A scout?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What you mean, like you were defending, or you were pushing into last?
He's defending.
Also, like really small note, you may want to extend the height on that building so that I'm not able to see it from the top. Because if I can bomb over that, that's just free info. It's a really dumb thing, but like if you do a bomb over here, you're able to get full info of like an entire side of whether or not they're holding it. Just just put a random ass prop on there. I don't know, giant tree.
XP man, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I was playing basically like during the mids. I was pretty much playing super defensively on the left house, and just like I got caught out quite a few times because the other team just kept bringing like their entire combo through there instead of going main. So sometimes I found more success getting around the team if I just jumped through main instead. But I think it was pretty easy to spam people, but it was like when they had a demo and like both their soldiers over there, it was very hard to get through because they could spam me instead.
Yeah, sure. Zeus, do you have any questions about any of those comments?
Not really, I guess. I guess the only thing I'll say is that as far as like the game mode's concerned, like my vision of it, and after hearing everyone's feedback, my vision of it is that like the purpose is that the cart part turns one team into like all offense and another team into all defense.
Yeah.
So like that, as far as like changing how someone plays a sixes meta, like I would assume that you would off class a lot to defend or possibly push the cart into last. So it becomes this hybrid between sixes, normal sixes, and then this kind of like, you know, have flex players kind of going on. So
I think
my vision is it can be more dynamic, and I don't know if I should.
I would probably make the shot clock drastically lower, like maybe even a minute and a half. 3 minutes, yeah.
For which,
3 minutes. I think
for
3
which
minutes. 3 or 4 minutes after you cap the cart.
For the payload part?
Yeah. Well, after you cap the point, get the payload cart, the clock needs to be shorter. I would agree on that. I think we got what,
So I
5
encourage you to
pushes
think of
in at one time?
Think of it like this, right? Medic builds Uber roughly in a minute, so every minute you have, that's one full push with
Yeah.
Uber exchange I can take. So that's 3 exchanges on 3 minutes. And that's
So-
not even including if I have ad.
Yeah, the timer on the Koth part was set up so that you could have like 2 or 3 like discrete mid fights if you wanted to try to do that. So yeah, I'm wondering if I do the same with the last, where it's like I say, well, okay, what's the amount of time it might take to do one push, and then I just decide how many pushes I want to allow. Basically, does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a minute for an Uber exchange, 30 seconds for a 4-man.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, for if we're wanting to lower the shot clock for last, I'd say like 3.5 minutes would be comfortable.
Yeah. Because it was what, at 5 minutes right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll
Minute
give
and a half
someone
would
who's
take
on
quite a
the-
bit of time off.
Can
Yeah,
someone
I
who's
can-
on the defenders team give a way into that at all? No? Tristan, you here?
Oh, what? Sorry? Yeah. Okay.
What do you think an appropriate time for a shot clock would be? They've capped the point, you're now defending last. How many
So
pushes do you think they should be able to make?
So, depending on how the push goes, normally in sixes you see max two pushes. Depending on, like, let's say you take an Uber trade and you get some players, you get enough players that they don't push out a last, but you cannot push back in yourself, right? So that would be 2
Yeah.
pushes. But I think there should also be a leeway to like send like sack, like maybe a double sack, triple sack, even a 4-man.
Are you thinking like 2 minutes 30 or 3 minutes?
Yeah, between 2 minutes 30 and 3 minutes.
Alright. I
I'd say
personally
3:30 would be a good place to start if you were testing.
Yeah, I think 3:30 would be fine because I mean that gives you like 30-40 seconds of getting the car actually to the point, and then it's a matter
Yep.
of, okay, well now let's actually start sending people into last. I at least know from an offensive standpoint, having shot clock at 5, it was like we effectively got 3 pushes and there was no danger whatsoever. If we if we failed one, it's like, oh well, we've still got plenty of time. Like we still got like another 3 pushes we can make after this. So I'm definitely in favor of lowering shot clock, but I'd say making shot clock 2.5 to 3 starting out. I feel that would be a bit too severe, given the fact that we're still at a phase where we would want to get info just to see would even lowering that shot clock be a healthy change to begin with.
Well, it's an easy change too.
Yeah, but I think I disagree. I think you gotta find out the extremes and then work down to like a healthy
Personally,
minute.
I would be a fan of a minute 30 shot clock. You'd have a much
Yeah.
faster paced game mode.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that kind of like good on comments on the map? I
Oh, that's
think the
great.
map's taking quite a while.
Yeah, this is good, more comments than I've ever had. So thank
Should
you.
we move on to the next map?
Yes.
What's
Gamers.
the next map?
I was gonna do PP Sultry.
Gaming. Ugh.
CP.
Should we repick teams? I think we should repick teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Do we want new team captains?
This would probably be good, yeah.
Yeah. I'll volunteer as one.
Oh no, Tristan captain. Who else wants to be captain?
Nessman, this one is this 5 CP or is this
I was
tactical?
about to ask, when was it?
Okay,
Sultry
yeah,
is
5
5 CP, yeah.
Yeah, so set up the 5 CP scrim config.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's do win them at 3.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna use the restroom right quick. Give me a moment.
Who else
Patrick.
wants to be a captain though?
I think it's
Captain.
Zeus's turn.
Alright, fine.
Alright.
Patrick,
You
why
want-
do I have to cap the point?
Alright,
Bro.
Nessman, are you here?
I am here.
Do you want to just come up with an arbitrary way of picking team captains? Like your favorite color or something? You can do number game too. So you gotta, sorry, not team captains. You gotta pick who goes first.
Who goes first? Yeah, here, let me,
Oh, I really don't care who goes first.
number between
Zeus, just give it up.
1 and 3.
3.
Tristan?
2.
Alright, 2.
Tristan, do you want to go first or second?
I'll take second pick.
So he picks 2. Zeus, you pick 1.
Okay. Give me Nick.
I'll take.
What team? Red or blue?
I chose red, so Tristan gets the blue.
Alright. I'll take Galleon foot.
Oh no.
Waiter. Alright, give me pig. And let's do tails.
Oh my god. Me and Zeus, the roamer soldier pair.
Some metalwork vibes from this.
Oh, hey, pig.
Yeah.
Looks like when you compiled this map, you compiled your HUD icons into it too.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Because I looked all over and I don't know. It shouldn't pick them up. Oh, it's weird.
Okay, I don't.
Is there anyone that really wants to play demo?
Nick fucking loves demo, honestly.
Yeah, but I have to play demo for 2 hours tonight, so.
What do you got going on later? Bro,
It's officials, bro.
It do go down.
Yesterday.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen this map before. This is your map, right, Pig?
Yeah.
Pig.
But like, Flip was primarily the brain behind it, like the layout.
I like it. What's the like theming here?
Watergate.
Funny. Good joke. Can you add the voice lines too?
No.
We are in the beam. What happened to your Italian payload map?
Oh, that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh yeah, the feedback plugin's also enabled, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a nipple point? What do you think you're?
You can
Who do
get
think
some
you
like
are?
really
Okay.
large bombs here.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you suggest is the rollout?
Go far left. You usually do like 2 rockets.
Oh, I'm on the wrong team.
Yeah, I knew we were missing someone.
Dumbass, dude.
I'm stupid.
All the way left?
Yeah. Demo should pick up
that
the
makes
pack, and then usually the demo would actually come out this other door, then sticky here, and then go over the shed.
Oh, you can stand up on the.
Oh, this is quite a long way.
Or you could just take the shutter.
This reminds me of Clear Cut with the 2 tall towers.
Yeah.
I gotta say, first impression, I really liked it.
Oh, dude, this
looks like a playable fight
tower,
CPU.
this is gonna be nasty for bombs. I feel like.
Yeah, our medic is going to die.
I can already imagine it.
I feel like this mid reminds me of Metalworks.
Yeah, I said this whole map reminds me of Metalworks.
Yeah. Metalworks is a map.
It is a map.
Yeah, and Metalworks is a fucking shithouse for medic.
Where should I roll out to mid?
Left.
Left. Okay.
You know, this rollout really reminds me of Villa.
Does it?
Yeah, 'cause you go through left for choke. You go through a little shutter door.
I'm not sure where to walk across point.
Yeah, this
Can you
really
make
does.
this? Can you make this jump, Pig?
Hmm?
I mean, I'm assuming you can. Just go
Everyone
all
can
the way
make this
across.
jump here.
I thought so.
It's meant to be more of like a mid that you fight over, rather than like a rotation mid.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
So like Villa.
Metalworks. Yeah.
Oops, all Villa.
What?
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you cheating?
Because I was like, when I was rolling out, I was like, okay, all the way left, and then I end up on the right side of mid, and it confused me.
You want to ready up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Zeus, roamer or pocket?
I don't care.
I'm gonna go roamer then.
XP man's like,
Any big health
please don't
packs
say
on
that.
mid?
I'm gonna play pocket
No.
scout.
There's only
tails.
one in the valley, which we call boiler.
Oh my god, someone's doing the pyro glitch. Get this guy away from me.
Pyro glitch.
Wait, the one where you air blast like a million times per
Yes.
second. Cringe.
I like to be
hate it.
roamer because it means it doesn't matter as much if I die.
But roamer's important.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing as medic, so this will probably be unbearable.
You just heal people, that's it really.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play medic if you want. I've played that class once before.
Ping is really high though.
Oh. Wait, where do you live? What the hell?
Washington.
The
Understandable.
hell? Shouldn't you be like dying of heat stroke or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't most of the places in Seattle not have AC?
Not
Ready.
Are we good to ready up?
I'm ready.
Alright, Pig, I'm going to be your pocket scout. Follow this man.
Follow the scout break road.
Yeah.
Not
So
so
we're just gonna go top left.
Yeah, we're gonna go left. Patrick's gonna go die, jump into them, and then we're gonna win the mid somehow.
If
Zeus,
anyone
let
sees
the-
soldiers bombing, please tell.
Oh yeah, me and XP man are both named,
Yeah, call your bombs, try to do them early-ish.
So Death to Cat is pocket scout.
White Bill's hat.
Soldiers fast, right side.
Demo took a rocket.
Man,
I took an arrow. I'm fucking
Jumping
hurt.
at 9:30 or 9:45.
took 50, chopping them off.
Ready to walk across here, Pig? Walk
Did
across.
50?
That's
I'm
done.
spamming them.
Demo took 100. Demo's dead.
Screw behind you.
Nice.
Nice. Good luck.
One up. Can you cap Tails? Come forward.
I'm going forward with you.
I don't know where
Inside
to
with
go.
you. Can I get
Stand
heals?
still.
I have crit
Fine,
heals.
miss.
Thank you.
Miss her.
It's okay, I have crit heals anyways. I'll just
Are we
drop
running
them off.
forward? Running forward?
Yeah,
Are we
can
going
move
left through
forward.
left?
I'm not really sure where last is, so let me
Last
scout
is
it out
this
real
way.
quick. I know
I
what
think you're
direction.
on the scout.
We're all gonna be
Yeah, we
far
can take it
right.
this way. Let's take it this way.
We're in. We're in. We're in.
Yeah, we're in. You can use
Using
it
it
over here.
for. Oh god.
Drop.
Oh, okay.
Patrick, you alive?
That's
Where
what.
do I hide? Where do I hide?
Come here. Come here with me. Come here. We're gonna hide around here.
Zeus, they're gonna see your rocket.
I can see your rocket launcher, dude.
Let's hide in the corner here.
No!
Fuck.
They're too smart.
Nice, big demo pick.
Thank you. I sneezed on him.
Fuck this shit. Get me out of here, Tails.
They have ad. You guys should run.
Are we leaving the second? Or...
Yeah. We're on mid right now, but they're all funneling into
We
the
don't have. You can try to fight this.
We'll just hit
No, we don't play around.
We'll just hit 100.
They don't have a demo, so we can spam them away. So I'm just gonna go left.
I'm gonna. Oh,
What's your percent?
Come back, fucker.
Scott took 100. We have 60. They
They
use.
use
Keep
these.
running. Keep running.
soldier dead.
Just run
Notice
somewhere.
on the left.
I don't know where. Where you at?
Keep running. Keep
We
coming.
can fight this. We can fight this.
Yeah, we can take them.
Come shutter. Come shutter.
That's weak.
Shutter,
though.
shutter.
I'm spamming the point.
I'm back on last.
You're not choke.
I'm gonna go
We're in second.
under.
Yeah, we're in
Get
second.
backed up. Get backed up.
Yeah.
Where's our demo at? He's weak.
I'm,
Those are choke,
I'm
those are
lobby.
Come choke. Come choke.
Alright, I'm coming. I'm left side behind
we
you.
have, we have.
Come left. Come left. It's a soldier close here.
Tell me when I have to use.
Yeah. The soldier's rolled here. Can't really do much.
They
with
all
this.
left through valley.
Let's get the cap. They have ad.
Gets dead.
Stand still.
Nice pick. Nice pick.
A good health back. Can you heal your demo right side, arrow? Thank you.
Hold on this truck here, Pig. We're gonna build.
Do they have ad?
Yes.
A little
They have
bit.
like 30 ad.
Demo's right now.
Might be 40.
So this is better.
They don't have yet.
Get the health kit behind the stills.
They're all here. They're all.
The demo's ramp.
They use.
They use. I'm dead.
I'm still alive.
The demo's weak.
Holy shit.
Oh! I shot at him, but he didn't die.
I'm just backing up.
We have lost the control point.
They're gonna have 30 out again.
Soldier's jumping me.
Bloated.
Okay, let's just hold last. We lost 3 people. It's too much.
Oh.
I'm on the left. Try and get demo in. If you can into a lobby. No, it's already.
I might come up pyro.
Soldiers Teddy's
They're all
gonna bomb.
right.
They were piped, rolled, absolutely rolled.
Coming up puppy actually.
I'm up for this one. That was God.
I'm up in 5 seconds.
These.
Oh man. We just didn't have our soldiers up, unfortunately.
Yeah. You guys called to hold last, like right as I was jumping second.
Play ball.
Yeah, definitely getting some strong metalwork vibes.
I agree.
Nope, still missed.
Right
Soldiers
side
on the billboard.
Med's trapped off right.
I'm moving right. I'm bombing at 920. Yeah, just 920.
Soldiers took 50, 100.
Bombing.
No with you, no with you.
Soldiers 100. Soldiers bombing left.
Arrow.
Kill us bombing point. Got took 100 point. Okay, we gotta get. We lost 2 minute players.
Get out.
Good players. We have.
Yeah, but we can't push them away. Just hold.
We're down a lot. Let's just hold back here.
I'm up in 1 second. Demo's in.
I'm done.
Oh, I gotta use, dude. Should I leave or use?
No, you should say. You say. Don't use.
Yeah, I'm doing it. We
They
use.
force though?
They force.
Theirs is better, theirs is better.
I'm leaving.
I'm backing up. Yeah.
So Scuff the
We can fight this.
Soldiers dead.
Alright, coming back in once I have a buff.
That's
Oh my god, I need ammo.
They're backing off. They're all out.
This is
chase
very
and
good.
choke.
We can play rad. We can go into them.
Stickies are
Chase
choke.
choke.
I'm spamming the stickies off. I need ammo.
Soldier bombing
Jumping,
choke.
I'm coming.
Demo 120.
Oh, we should probably sack for med.
No. Med took a rocket.
That's not healthy. Nice.
Shredded me.
Med's dead.
Nice.
Demo at most point.
Oh, that was unfortunate timing. Alright, the demo's still dead. You guys will be fine, I guess. I'm in choke with them. I'll spam that soldier off.
The soldier might be caught here.
Soldier's caught. He took 50.
Soldier's right side, he's catchable.
Oh, I got him with the spam.
You want arrow or just raw heals?
Just heal me.
Let's push right flank here. Patrick's over here.
Oh, never mind. Fuck that. That's awful.
I'm spamming away. He's dead.
Oh, nice.
I'm jumping the demo.
With our demo here.
They got sticks on boxes.
Demo took 100. Demo dead.
He did it. Go.
Scout's not healthy.
They have no demo.
We have.
Let's get the cap here. Oh, we have ad, right?
The soldier behind us. Careful.
I'm not sure.
I don't know where he is.
He's behind us?
Yeah, right side.
Come main. Demo's still down.
Okay, I'm with you, Scott.
I'm not sure about this now.
We can try demo bomb, honestly. Soldier's
Yeah,
right.
but I think they have. Just try to get this soldier on the right here. I'm with you, Patrick.
He took 50.
What's left?
Back up.
Heavy's on right.
Alright,
come on.
soldiers really close. Other soldiers lower.
We might be able to get in this left here for free.
What's your ammo?
You guys want to go in left or right?
Let's see if I can get this demo here.
You guys should go left. I'll try.
Yeah, go left. Come left.
I'll try and go under.
Alright, tell me when, please. Is there a trap?
No trap.
I'm fucked, I'm fucked.
Oh, they have a gun.
Ammo down.
Guns on left.
Use.
Oh, drop there.
Alert. The control point
Slip
is
behind
being
us. What the hell?
Get
It's ours now.
He's joking. Yeah, they're gonna have like 20 ads. No, we can't. We have like 4 down.
Yeah.
You could try overhealing him and sending a sack, maybe.
Probably not. We're 2 down. They'll just put second for free. They have ad.
We got spawners on second though.
Yeah. Try to force
I'm
them
gonna
to
watch
second.
left.
But force them to choke.
We have 30 ad here. We should not be that close, Med. Closer to point.
Where do you want me to stand so that I can heal everyone? Just here.
Stand like
Come to you.
Stand like on point here.
One scout left. Soldiers left as well.
They use the demo. Use their shot. Arrow base.
Soldier went into lobby. There's a soldier in lobby.
He's not med at.
Arrow under 20. Oh,
No, I died.
Okay.
I tried to hide.
Yeah, I think a good place to hold for medic would be behind the crates near the point. But as soon as they bombed in, we should have just left.
Alert. I'll ask
Tails, are
control
you
point
our
is being
flank
captured.
scout?
You failed.
Or,
Yes, he's the flank.
Yeah, I'm playing flank scout.
Yeah. I just keep getting like rolled by their soldier and their scout on the left.
It's a bad jump.
Thanks, Doc.
I'm at 9:30.
Scout right side. There's 2 flank right. Med's right side. They're rotating us. Catchable.
Med 70
I'm bombing.
is bed down.
Where's the med?
They're roll.
I'm
Soldier's
behind.
behind. Soldier's behind us.
They're behind. What the fuck? Why are they in our flank?
They wrapped us. They did the gully wash strike. The frags.
Literally.
Tails, you're the only one.
What?
You're the only one up.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I
I
heard
don't think I
right
can
side, I
do
thought
much
it was
here.
like way behind.
We have lost the control point.
At first, they were just on the like right, like balcony. At least the
I don't
demo
think
died.
we're holding
They
it.
still have full ad.
Yeah, we're not gonna hold it.
Alert.
Right,
The
Someone-
control point is being captured.
You have a gun coming in?
Yeah, give me a second.
We have lost the control point.
You should
I don't know if
Scouts
it's the
last
Come hold
round.
right side. Come hold right side, Med.
They're coming in right.
Right, you want me right or left?
Left looks good because you get like more
Don't worry
cover.
about it.
It's like-
You have less
They're
vision.
coming
I
out.
like being left.
They
There's
have
a
on the
lot of
right.
cover, and I can see everything bombing me.
Demo going up.
The med's in, right?
They
They
use.
used, they used.
Rotating right side.
Sentry's down.
Soldier bombing.
I'm jumping.
Damaging them.
I flicked my mouse and it left the TF2 screen and went into my second monitor.
Oh, yeah. Hey, when that happens, man. Yeah.
That was rough.
Whoa, someone didn't do the 6's config.
We did best of 3 because we didn't want to drag it out. GG.
Oh
Is it
god, I
just
did fucking
like
awful.
ammo feels like a big issue?
Yeah. You know they have bots that do that.
I am the bot.
So no, I 100% did knockout city and I didn't even realize.
I think
Nice.
I think the team
Wait,
bounce
come back.
was a little bit off. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's up?
Just watch this.
Hmm.
FYI.
Yeah.
You can get stuck in that.
You know?
Yeah, you don't like how the detailing messes up your bomb.
Yeah.
Is it too annoying to try to bomb around it?
It just takes a lot away from the jump.
Yeah.
Is it through
He's talking
boiler?
about the detail wall, yeah, from boiler.
Yeah.
The same one Matt talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's already changed.
Math beat you to that one. But yeah, should we do feedback? Do we want to do in reverse order so people aren't so bored the other way?
Okay.
Alright. So starting from the bottom, Zeus, do you have any thoughts?
Hey, so I played Pocket, and I think one thing is that the rollout feels really long, and then since we kept rolling out left, we were coming into like, this is not a great position to be at, because really my only bomb option is like jumping off of the pillar with the chimneys, trying to bomb in, but like they would see my bomb coming from like a mile away. So I would want, I don't know, maybe we didn't try rolling out in a different direction, but it feels like it just doesn't feel like a good position to just stand around here. And then the fact that the mid, I mean, the other big thing is the mid's like rotated kind of like 90 degrees to the other 2 points. It just confuses me a little bit, but that's just because I've never seen the map, and I'm sure it's like. Other than those two things, I think the game flowed the way I would expect it to for 5CP, so that's good. Yeah, I don't
Wait,
really
just trying to capture this. Do you think it's because the kind of like the last is directly to the right? Is that what you're saying? Kind of like how it comes at a sharp 90 is why you felt the geometry was weird?
I mean, they never messaged me about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess with other maps, like Sunshine and Process kind of have a like, you go straight forward and then you go to 90 degrees to the right, but this has kind of some, like it kind of, the mid and second kind of come in at a like 45-degree angle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think I see, yeah.
So it's just a little bit, I'm just not used to it, it's a little disorienting, but
interesting.
I think if you got familiar with it, it'd be fine.
I think those are good comments. XP Man, do you have any thoughts?
I didn't really get to do much. I was roamer and I just kind of got rolled over and over again.
Oh.
Yeah,
what do you
I
think
guess
your options were as a soldier? Like, did you feel like they were kind of intuitive, or you were having trouble finding them?
the mid felt pretty good. It was just a bit large, so I guess it kind of favors me and Zeus kind of bombing at the same time and just doing a bunch of double bombs. But there didn't feel like there was that many places to like hold ground on mid. There wasn't really like specific high ground except for like the billboard, which is really easy to get spammed off of. That's about it.
Yeah, that's good feedback. Nestman, do you have any thoughts? Oh, he wasn't in the playtest. I don't know, do you have any thoughts anyway?
Yeah, no, something I was noticing in Spectator, and this might have been teams, is how one team would push into last and then they'd start defending and then flip it all the way to the other side and win. That happened 2 or 3 times, I think.
That's momentum in 5TP, it's pretty common.
That's really all I had, and I was also sort of taking note of the spawn times. It felt like, I think when you guys had, I think, I want to say when one team owned mid, the other team had 20 or 30 second respawns. I might be misremembering, though.
I didn't notice the spawn times as a problem myself.
I mean, the most offensive one I got hit by was a 14-second respawn, and that's like normal. I didn't
it felt
notice
fine to me.
response.
Robert, any thoughts?
It was fun. It's a little bit of a... It's not stifled. I don't know what good word for it is. Demo feels like it's a little slow. Not able to know the drums fully, but that's on me.
You mean like a slow roll to mid, or like slow in rotation?
Like forward, and then rotating as well.
Thanks, Doc.
It's probably a lot quicker for people that actually play this class, but I don't know. I like it. It's an enjoyable time. There's a lot of.
How did you feel about walking out the chokes or the?
Walking at the chokes with Uber, it was good. It was a definitive like immediate in and being able to like versatilely move around in the air to get where.
How did you feel about walking things out? Sorry, that's kind of what I was
walking
curious
things
about.
out? Yeah, for the left it was fine.
Walking.
Blocking. I'm sorry. I'm not
No, walking.
Blocking,
Choker.
like
I'm gonna have an
like
aneurysm.
I need a dictionary. What the hell?
L-O-C-K-I-N-G. Walking things out. Did you
Oh.
feel like you had trouble because of the kind of like the door size or anything?
Oh no, it was quick. It was the matter of just how quick they were moving. If they were giving me time to set up, I would have enough time to set up, and I would be able to lock out certain areas. But you do have to be faster than them in order to get there.
Yeah, Tristan, do you have any thoughts?
I think the only thing I noticed was the thing I showed you about the wall detailing.
Oh yeah, so the wall detailing got a little bit in your way.
Yeah. But I guess I don't know. I guess other than that, I don't have any other comments.
Alright. Tails, do you have any thoughts?
I'm not sure if it might be because of the team balance, but I feel like we're getting bombed a lot from angle we weren't really too aware of. And like maybe it's because of like 90 degrees angles, and then other blind spot. I'm not sure if it's really the map or the...
Can you think of the kind of areas? So would you say as a problem kind of like on mid or second?
I think mid and second mostly. I don't really recall much on last, because last was... We didn't really defend last for very much, so... Might be because of the towers on mid. I don't know. Like again, it's like the first time I play this map. I don't really know what to look for.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't know where the soldiers should come from.
Yeah, exactly. It's could be like it's something we'll have to see over time. I'm not really sure.
That's good feedback as well. How intuitive it is that enemies are coming from. Yeah. What else was Suno? You didn't play, right? But do you have any thoughts? Were you spectating?
Pretty much the same thing as Nisman, really. I was a little bit concerned with the spawn times.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was one occasion where, I don't know if this is common within 5CP or not, but Blue was able to kill Red and then cap second and last without Red respawning.
Yeah.
It did happen, yeah.
I mean, did there...
That was it was an Uber into second, so Red died on second. Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Red died on second, then it's
If Red died on mid, it'd be weird. I mean, even then, no. Actually, Gully Wash can have a mid to last, right?
Yeah, but there's no scenario in Gully Wash where your team gets wiped on mid and you get a free cap on contested.
Yeah, if you get wiped on second, that happens. Like usually you get like one spawner come back and then but the cap is like gone. It's like a miracle if you come back.
Yeah, I didn't mean to argue. Let's try to keep a quick pace still. Skeptical, do you have any thoughts?
Okay, yeah, I don't remember the situation, but it did feel a bit odd that they didn't get the spawn.
Really?
Anyway, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know, mid is a bit different than I expect, but that's really all I can comment.
You think it feels kind of wide or unusual?
Well, yeah.
Can you try to put a finger on maybe like an area or a prop that makes you feel uncomfortable?
Well, it's kind of interesting because you can kind of get all the vision for free, I guess.
You mean kind of coming out of, I'll call it boiler, coming out of the kind of boiler route? You're saying the high ground gives you good vision over everything?
Yeah. It's just usually mids aren't like that, I guess. Maybe that's what you're going for.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Hey Pig, do you have any thoughts on this map? I'm actually really curious what your insights would be from kind of playing.
From playing medic, I didn't know where to stand half the time, and it was really hard for me to track my team, but that's just because I don't really play sixes.
Yeah, I mean, it gets easier if you have medic radar, and you learn from painful experience.
Yeah. When I did push in through left on last, I got bombed with Uber.
Yeah.
I would love to watch the demo and see how I got demolished, I guess. That's pretty much
Tristan,
it.
do you remember where you bombed from? When you got the drop on the first round?
I think I just bombed from left side across.
Yeah, so that's a pretty sharp angle. I think he was playing on the planter.
So is it kind of like on the sign, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's just sharp angles. Normally,
yeah.
What do you want, Tristan?
Is this intended?
You able to shoot through that?
Yeah.
You can't have everything, Tristan.
Oh no, I'm just asking if this is intended or not.
I don't know. Ask Pig. Probably not.
Where?
He's shooting.
Oh, shooting through that, yeah.
Do you want it to
It
be
is quite
intended?
weird.
I mean, because there could be a troublesome sniper sightline from here. It's like a pixel shot.
I mean, the sniper sight to choke is completely sealed, but I guess that one isn't.
Yeah.
By the way, to snipe at that angle, you would have to commit out of spawn. But anyway, sorry, we're slowing things down. No, do you have any sort of comments?
I was playing demo and I kind of agree. Like the rollout feels really long, especially since like you'll have a straight and then you'll have like an intersection inside a lobby and then you got to turn again and again, and it just feels less organic, I guess.
Interesting. So, does it kind of feel like you wanted to go choke so that it was more straight, but there wasn't a health pack to support you?
Sometimes, like I don't know, it wasn't too strong, but I did feel that a couple times. And while I was playing demo, I like frequently would look around for ammo packs. Like it just felt like maybe like.
Can you recall?
Welcome to demo.
Can you kind of recall what point or what area you were lacking ammo on?
For example, left side when pushing into last, like both teams had Uber, so we couldn't just like go in. So I was trapping it off, and like I felt like I couldn't find anything, and I had to like really look around.
Yeah, you're kind of in the valley.
And some of the health packs and ammos are like in indented areas, which I don't personally like. I always like them to be more open. Yeah, it reminds me of like, you know the health pack on Metalworks that's like lunchbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every health pack feels like that.
I didn't know you called that lunchbox, but yeah.
And just one more thing to say is on mid, this like shed area I feel like could be really cool for like a ramp slide, but it's just really awkward. Like there's no distance that you can do. And on like the, I don't know what this is called, it's the right plank.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you could do a cool ramp slide, but if you come from right side on mid and you try to do a ramp slide, you start off on high ground and it's like way slower. It just feels awkward. I don't know if that's intentional or not to like slow it down or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Alright. I lost track. Who's next? Oh, Lo-Fi, were you watching? Do you have any sort of feedback or comments?
I only tuned in like the last like 2 minutes, so I could not
That's
comment.
alright.
Sorry.
Oh, I guess it's my turn then. I should have thought a little bit more. I think there was a little bit of an issue with team balance, because unfortunately a lot of the players who are on the blue team have already played the map, so it's a little bit difficult from an experience standpoint. But I do think my biggest note would probably be on mid. I feel very awkward, kind of like where both teams play out of boiler on the high ground, and they're shooting at each other over this large gap, but neither team really wants to drop down or aggress, so there's a light stalemate for a while. I just shot arrows across because I'm a gremlin, but yeah. I'd say that's probably the thing that feels the most awkward. I think it plays fine, but it seems a little weird.
So bring the cover back?
I don't know. I don't think the cover back's a good idea, because then people can hide behind it, because as it is now, you get spammed off the ground. I'm not sure what to do, because I think the space feels a little too wide, but I don't think adding cover is a good solution, because then you slow down the mid
forces
even more.
the stalemate even more, yeah.
Yeah. So right now, because it doesn't have cover, it's open and it plays quickly, but it looks weird, I think is the biggest thing, like the sightline across.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of my only thought. That the cats, do you have any sort of thoughts?
Yeah, as I was playing Scout on mid, there didn't really seem to be a safe place to stand where I could defend my medic, because if I stood just on this platform, I just took all the spam my med did, and if I, stood on that little balcony area behind the tower, I couldn't see anything. It just felt like there was no room for Scout unless I wanted to get in their face, in which case I'd have to jump across point or below ground, which is kind of bad.
Yeah,
I think I can see that, yeah.
Yeah,
You think
once I was
help?
aggressing, there was literally nothing for me to do.
Okay. Let's see, Cecil?
CL.
How do I pronounce it? CL? Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
Rose.
Alright.
That's where my HUD is.
So, right off the bat, I love the design of the second point. It reminds me a lot of Propaganda's second, and I really enjoyed
Is that a
Propaganda.
compliment?
That is a compliment. I really loved Propaganda as a map. I had a lot of fun with it, and I like the way that second is designed. It is really dynamic. I know that we sort of defended it since at least the way that we were playing it. Like we played it a bit back, and then immediately it's like, all right, well, we lost a player, we can quickly retreat. I feel, at least from like a defense standpoint, I really like the fact that you've got multiple bits of high ground, so not everybody is all clumped up together. The midpoint itself is on a high ground, so when you're pushing in, defense has that little bit of an advantage. So it's one of those, like, you can really get these dynamic fights just because of the design of second. And I think second really is like the strongest point of this map.
Interesting.
People touched up upon the rollout. I do think the rollout is a bit long, but again, I was playing scout and I was just holding W that whole time, so I don't really have like a feel for how demo soldier experienced those rollouts. As for mid, at least to me, it played a lot like Sunshine's mid, to where it's like, yeah, you fight for a little bit and then you wrap around and get in their face. And I do echo what Deathcats was saying about the fact that with the way that the terrain is, it doesn't feel like there's really any safe spots for Scout to stand. Like I was hanging back with you while we were just trying to basically like bait a soldier bomb, and then we'd push directly into them after being with the soldier. I know, at least from demo standpoint, it's like, yeah, this map is candy with the way that mid design is. I don't really know of like a major way that I would change the mid in order to make it to where it's more comfortable for playing as a scout in that neutral fight. I'd say maybe one thing you could do is possibly try to implement just a little bit more high ground. Like I know that one thing that you've got is you've got the little ramp area that sits above. I think that's an AC unit. I'm not sure, or I don't know what that terrain is, but you've got the ramp areas that drop directly into the team, but to the little bit above them that like hangs out above the resupply, maybe you could lower that and make like a bit of high ground or something, so you could sort of have something similar to what you've got on Snakewater, so you can have the scouts and the soldiers get above, just so there's more of that high ground, just because the point itself is also elevated. So even though there's that low ground, the low ground itself it's detrimental to play in.
I have an interesting question. Just real quick. You said that the mid plays a lot like Sunshine. Do you think this is a mid where you'd expect teams to rotate, or a little bit more like Metalworks where you expect a collision?
I'd expect them to rotate. Just given the way that your eyes naturally are drawn, it's like you see, it's like, okay, the enemy, you enter in and you're staring the enemy team directly in the eyes on your right side. It's one of those, okay, I'm super close to the enemy team. Let me try and move a bit forward so I ease up some of that distance. And just from that design-wise, it definitely, to me at least, it emphasizes that sort of tornado style. You're constantly wrapping around the point, getting picks. Especially because of the fact that you've got that whole, like, you've got two different ramps in play.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing in the slightest. I like these tornado styles of mids, because they, in my opinion at least, it leads more towards working as a team, having that cohesion, having your focus fire on play, and I feel like from a technical standpoint, like this mid, the second, the last, all emphasize that. So yeah, like the only negatives I guess you could say are just rollout might be too long for soldier and demo, and high ground on mid, and just the way the midpoint is designed itself de-emphasizes that low ground. Because on Metalworks, you can get plays to where, yeah, you've got like a soldier or something go underneath, they're directly at the point and right at the enemy team, you can get a bunch of splash. But with at least the way that we played it, both teams were constantly like on that high ground, and then they did that wraparound on the last round.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
But yeah, that's one of those. Make of it what you will. I don't think the mid is bad at all. I think the mid played really well, and I like how it is in its current state. But at least just for what Deathcats had said, it may be more disadvantageous for Scout, and there are some terrain ideas that I feel could be more explored.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of curious what you mean by that. But anyway, are we continuing the playtests? I know Ali and Tristan had to go. Are we slow enough to continue, or are we still continue?
We've got 12 in the call right now.
Oh,
I just don't know if all
Lo-Fi,
12
are you playing?
I am
Nope.
not playing.
I
It's
have
way
11.
too late.
Well, that's fair. I think there's a lot of good
Curious
feedback.
as to what I'm talking about. If you want to go into spectate, I can show you.
Or you said there's some element you can play with more? I'm kind of curious what you meant by that.
Yeah. If you want to go into
I'm
spectate,
looking,
I can show
yes.
you. Okay, cool. So this area right here. So I know that when we played again, we were basically here. We like do something, and then we would wrap around here. But I feel like if you wanted to like take more of that like neutral fighty fight stance, you could possibly do something to where you lower this part right here, so like a scout or soldier can get on it, and then extend it a little bit because it goes above the spawn. But like, this little balcony area, I don't know if anybody took advantage of that. But I feel like lowering just to give at least like a bit of high ground, a bit of safety as well.
Soldiers would get on there every now and again.
Wait, I'm sorry. I kind of missed it. Can you kind of walk me through what you were suggesting again?
Yeah. So this wall right here for both sides, lowering it a bit and extending this part out just so that way there's like more tier, because at least for capping the point you want to play here, which means that actually wait.
What does lowering that wall do? I'm not sure I really follow.
Lowering it is basically, at least in my mind, just a way to give more safety, more of that dynamic play, and just sort of when you're in this like neutral fight or something, it's like you have like another option to.
Oh, this is an option for scouts.
Yeah, option for scouts is
Well,
Deathcats had said. It's one of those. It's like
I feel like
I
that's,
mean, there
that's
is
one
a
of
way
the
to get
only
on it, but
places-
it's rather clunky.
Also, you can use
Wait,
winger,
never mind.
but
No.
you can use winger. But I think the issue is that's
You can get on
soldier ground.
without winger, but it's kind of awkward, and you're against the
I think
wall.
the
so-
problem is, yeah, you can go off the rock as well, but if you enable scouts to be able to get up there, then soldiers have nowhere to land and play off, I think. Because that was intended to be a soldier platform, and you can ask Big.
Oh, right, yeah, 'cause that does get
But
you
yeah.
like directly like above.
Because
it.
if
Right.
you let scouts
I didn't
get
think of that.
onto all the ground, then there's absolutely nowhere for soldier to get. It's really difficult to make one-way ground for soldiers. I think that was
Right.
the purpose behind that platform.
Yeah,
But
I mean, like,
I think
I'd like-
when you
I'd
say
like
off junction on that left side, I think you were saying you want players to be able to explode out left in front of the forwards. I'm just trying to think like that last rotation mid, right? What did the attacking team really get by committing onto the low ground here? And I don't really see it.
They didn't
I
really
guess
get
I was trying-
anything.
yeah, I was trying to collapse on a kill, I think. This is what I mean when I was talking about the mid, where I think it's better to kind of like stall and play on the platform, which isn't very exciting, but because it's so exposed, at least the spam means eventually one team has to back off. The problem with committing into that low ground is it literally cuts off your team from rotating away. Like it's very committal, obviously, if you're gonna cross under the pit.
Yeah,
And you
but
just drop onto low ground. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
I think the mid is 64 units too wide.
Yeah, you took out your ruler and measured it.
Yeah.
Which way? The boiler route?
No, I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
I feel like at least like from mid standpoint, like if your team is going to commit to at least the slow ground here, just because of the way that the terrain is, like you've got multiple ways to block line of sight, so it's one of those the enemy also has to commit to you on that low ground.
Do
type
they?
of thing. At least from the way that we play that midpoint is like, yeah, the enemy team, like they came to fight us because let's say they could like stay up here a bit and do some stuff, but by then like you can just get right here and then like pop their player.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that. If you like sit in big door as Gollywash, you're really trying to bait a bomb into players ready with good vision. But if they just play the high ground and spam down, then you're just in a losing situation if they play it slow. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of my thought on it.
Well, it could also be one of those. It may be like a type of gimmick play as well. If you want to.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think committing into this ground, you may be able to pick someone before they can leave through the toxic sewer area. But yeah, I have to think about it a little bit more.
At least from playing, like I didn't see like any reason to like go down in like this whole area by the point and like this area underneath. Like I was primarily playing just like this left side, wrap into them, maybe play around here a bit. Damage is called, I wrap over here and just pop them in.
I mean, I think that makes sense, especially as a scout. Regardless of flanker pocket, that you don't really want to be stuck isolated on the ground. Unless you're going for rat play. But yeah, okay. I think that was a lot of feedback. I guess comp play test dead.
Yeah, pretty much is what it looks like. I'm guessing people had scrims and pugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also need to go to the grocery store.
That's
Hey, that was pretty fun.
That
Thank you guys very much for the feedback.
Yeah, you're welcome. Both maps were a ton of fun to play on. Really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
I will upload my spectator POV and feedback recordings tonight, so you should have them.
I'm gonna head out. Thank you for having me.
See you, Trobert.
I'll head out as well. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care.
Take care. Flip.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Fucking got him.
I'm gonna go hunt him down. See you guys. Thanks for hosting the playtest.
Thanks for taking lead. That honestly made it really smooth.
Yeah. I just treated it like one of my pubs, but yeah, good luck guys with your whole thing.
Thanks.